Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om Sai Ishwaraya Vidmahi Satyadevaya Dhimahi Tanna Sarva Prachodayat Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahe Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahe Om Asato ma sakamaya Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya Mrityorma amritam gamaya Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shri Sai Ram. Good evening and welcome to day 8 of the Atma Chalisa Parayanam. We've taken this 40 days of vow of self-transformation and to experience the presence of that divine consciousness or the Atman, as our scriptures call it. And therefore, we are focusing completely on our own inner journey and how that inner journey is actually manifested in the external world. So, yesterday we spoke about Trikaran Shuddhi, the purity and the unity of thoughts, words, and action, and that ultimately everything in our life starts from our thoughts. And those thoughts manifest into our actions, and those actions then lead to our habits, and that those habits lead to the formation of our character. So in continuation of that, we move and take a step further to understanding one of the principal laws that govern life on this planet, because it's important for us to understand the operating framework within which we are all experiencing this world. We are experiencing this Jagat. So we must understand what this Jagat is or this world is and how does it operate? What are the principles? Because then we will understand our relationship with this world. And therefore, it will help us then to carve out for ourselves a path so that we can experience that supreme oneness, which is what is the goal of life and which is what is the goal of our satsang. So what is this law? Everybody, I'm sure, knows about this law, and it's the most commonly spoken about, the law of karma. Now, simply, law of karma states that every action has a result. So if I were to put it into 3 parts, that for every action, there is a preceding cause, and that cause leads us to an action, and every action has a result. And that result becomes the cause of another action. And so therefore, that's how we remain in a loop of action, reaction, interaction. So whatever, and the basis of our action, as we have discussed, is the thought. So thought is where the birth takes place. Thought is where the source is. And those thoughts come out as a cause, and that cause makes us perform an action, and that every action has a result. And that's how all of our life goes on, be it in our personal world, private world, be it in our material world, outside. This is a principle which is at play everywhere. This is how science has progressed. This is how man has progressed. And this is how the whole universe is supported by this law of action and a result and a consequence, right? So since we all understand this, and this is therefore the basis also of another law, which is a law of reincarnation, which says that if we perform good action, then there is a good result that comes in, and it goes into some kind of a bank where all our good actions are accumulated. And then if there are not so good actions, then those actions act as a withdrawal from that bank account. So it kind of starts to go as a withdrawal. Some people say that it is good actions are like an asset in the balance sheet, and bad actions, their results are like a liability on your personal balance sheet of karma, and they don't net off, which means that you have to consume and you have to suffer both the results of all your good actions and also all your bad actions. So there is no netting off. You can't say, if I've done 80% good and 20% bad, then, balance 60% good will come. However, I'm not going to focus on that, because I just want to focus on this lifetime, and I want to focus on what is in our hands and what is controllable. Because what we did in our past lifetimes is not controllable. But we understand that there is a law of reincarnation, or there is a past life, because as some wise master put it, that each one is born in a different country, in a different material environment, meaning to say, some of us are born in rich families, some of us are born in middle class families, some of us are born in poor families, some of us are born with healthy bodies, some of us are born with bodies that have some deformities. Some of us live for a few months. Some of us live for 100 years. Some of us are born in countries which are so prosperous that they haven't ever seen poverty. And some of us are born in extreme poverty-stricken countries that they haven't, ever seen good times. If there was no law of karma and if there was no reincarnation, then one cannot explain how people take birth in either very adverse circumstances or in very opulent circumstances or comfortable circumstances. So there must be something which is causing this unequal distribution of health, wealth, prosperity, understanding. Some are born as very smart children and they very quickly pick up the threads on science, some pick it up on spirituality, and so on. And there are some who are very slow and about going about life. So there must be something which makes this unequal appearances on this planet, and why we have to go through these unequal set of circumstances and struggles and comforts in our life. So in the Sanatana Dharma, it is explained through the law of karma. And when we talk of liberation, when we talk of moksha as our goal, and when we talk about self-realization, the whole idea is to get away from the balance of this or the accumulated balance of karma that we are carrying. How do we make this karma or this positive or negative balance that we are carrying inoperable? The reason that the fact that there is a karma is because we are born in, and in this lifetime we are here and present. There must be some reason, there must be some precipitating cause that each one of us took birth in this lifetime, right? So that means there must be something that we have to still exhaust. So a lot of people explain our tendencies and our ways of reacting through these prarabdha karmas, which is what we have come to exhaust or to face and to address in this lifetime. So essentially what we are saying is, like the Newton's law, that for every action there is a reaction. For every action there is a result. And that result is the cause, and we see it. If we speak angrily, then the result is a fight. If we speak lovingly, then it results in service and becoming selfless. Okay. So if we work hard at our work, then we get promotion. If we are negligent, we get penalized. and so on. That is how the whole of nature has somehow been structured. When we talk of energetics, even there is an Archimedes principle, and that principle talks about that when any energy is displaced, a fresh energy comes and takes its place. We will talk about this law later on when we come to the power of creation. So I just wanted to start connecting the threads of every conversation of ours to say that the whole idea of that the thought leads to the words or the language we speak or what we express, and what we express comes to us as our actions. And if we can, and if we know that the birth of all that happens in our life is our thought, we know already we are empowered to be able to start rectifying and ensuring that what we are feeding in through this tube of thoughts will ensure that our actions are such that they can start to either nullify the effect of our negative karma or get us positive karmas or good karma, or ultimately our aim is that we make the operation of good and bad karma to come to an end. And we will go through this journey, and the questions around how that happens will have to wait till we reach that point, because we are definitely going to cover every aspect of life so that we understand it fully. And as we said, we'll keep practicing and we'll keep noting down what our experiences are in our journals. So law of karma is one of those universal laws that governs life on this planet. So with that, I'd like to move to the second part of today's satsang, because today is a day of full moon, and most importantly, it is Guru Nanak Dev Ji, who was the first guru of the Sikhs, and he is known to be the founder of Sikhism. It's his birthday and also the day when he got enlightened. So it was on the full moon day of the Kartik month when he was born, and it was on this day when he received his enlightenment. So therefore, it's a very powerful day, and I thought that we should definitely today take advantage of it and talk about what was the essential message of Guru Nanak Dev Ji. I posted on the group the blog on Guru Nanak Dev Ji that today is a day of light. It is also called as Prakash Utsav. Prakash means light, and Utsav means as a celebration or a festival. So it's a festival of lights, and to us, what's important is that light does not just refer as an external light. We are talking of the light which is within each one of us. Guru Nanak Dev Ji was born at a time when our country, India, was going through a lot of oppression by the Mughal invaders who were coming from Persia and beyond, and they would come in from the north, and there were a lot of atrocities committed by these invaders who came, and that was the time when a lot of people were feeling the weight of those atrocities and oppression. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji, and therefore there was a lot of environment of fear that was there in the amongst people. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji brought in the message of that oneness, because he talked about the Ek Onkar. And he said that God was one, and basically he made people understand that there was no reason to fear anybody outside, because the outside world is nothing but the manifestation of our feelings inside of us. And the whole world is a reaction, reflection, and resound of our inner feelings. And he said that if we are able to experience that light within us, then actually the whole world around us will start to shift. And that is what we have also spoken on day one, that the goal we've taken for ourselves is Atmano Mokshartam Jagat Hitaya Cha, which means that the biggest service that we can do to the world is to achieve self-realization, because one self-realized person can bring in so much light to the rest of the world. And that is what Guru Nanak Dev Ji went about doing. In fact, they say that he was one of the most traveled saints in our modern day recorded history. He traveled all the way from, his birthplace was in Pakistan, and he's traveled all over India from north to south. He's traveled all the way up to Afghanistan, then went eastwards, and he crossed almost till Indonesia, the modern day Indonesia. And I believe he did all this on foot in his span of life. So, and he carried this message of love, light, and hope, and he instilled a lot of fearlessness in people, because he said that all fear is coming from our ignorance, from not understanding ourselves, and we should not create and see differences amongst people, that the same God resides everywhere, and we should pray and bow down to that one God. And he left us with 3 very beautiful teachings. He created this religion called the Sikhism. Sikhi means to learn. He said we have to learn from life, and if each one of us can learn the message of Guru Nanak, and if we pass it on to everybody and thereby become fearless, the 3 essential messages he gave was, first one was Kirat Karo. Kirat Karo means that all of us should diligently do the work that is allotted to us. And we've seen the Punjabi race, the Sikhs are extremely hardworking people, and essentially they were the farmers who brought the green revolution in our country. So his first message was that we should work very diligently, and we should work true to the work allotted to us. Second message that he gave was Vand Chakko. Literally, Vand Chakko means that whatever food you have, you should share with everybody. That's why in the Gurudwaras are the temples of the Sikhs. They always offer you food whenever you go, right? Because of that essential message of Guru Nanak to serve food to others. But I think the larger context of the message that he was giving was that whatever you have in excess, because hard work gives you abundance. And when you have that abundance, whatever you have as something to spare, you should share that with others. So I think the whole idea of seva and service also, came from there. So that was his second message. The third message of his was Naam Japo, means chant the name of God. That whatever time you have, where if you can use that time, even while working also, to do Naam Japo, to chant the name of God, that will bring you in a state of positivity. It will help you to align with the light within you. And in fact, Satya Sai Baba has said that the whole concept of community singing, these bhajans or these kirtans, that was started by Guru Nanak Dev Ji. And because when we individually sing, then we are just affecting and positively reinstating and charging our own selves. But when we sing in a group, the energy of the group comes together, and it helps to change the vibrations of the environment around us. So there is a great emphasis in the Sanatana Dharma of chanting the name of the God, and that essentially brings Chitta Shuddhi. Chitta Shuddhi is nothing but cleansing of our inner samskaras. So when we talk, a lot of people raise this question about negativity, that, how do we remain away from negative thoughts? Negative thoughts come to us because of that our chitta, our consciousness, our memories are full of negative experiences. So chanting loudly the name of God helps us to cleanse it. It helps to take away and drain out all the negativity that is inside of us. So it's a very essential part of the spiritual practices followed in the Sanatana Dharma of chanting the name of God, which creates positivity, which helps us to remove the negativity within, which helps us to attract positive energy, which helps us to experience the light within us. So that's the message I thought it was appropriate, given the occasion and given the timing, and given the blessings of the masters that we've got. And each one of us are here because of these masters. Each one of us is enjoying the abundance that we have in our lives is because of the blessings of these masters, because they left these powerful teachings. And those teachings, we are discussing today. We are so blessed that we are able to discuss these teachings. We are able to experience these teachings, and it is helping us to become better people. It is helping in our transformation. And, 1% transformed is less job or less burden on this planet. And 1% transformed can help transform thousands who come in the influence, because light is something that does not diminish if it is shared. Light is the only thing which keeps expanding. And that's why the mantra that Satya Sai Baba gave us is that he said that light is expansion and love is that light which expands. So as we continue, our journey over these next coming days, we will start going deeper and deeper into to understand the light, experience that light, and see how it starts to influence the people around us. So I would also like to take the opportunity of this occasion to do a quick 10-minute meditation. So you can close your eyes, sit erect, bring your attention to your third eye, which is the point between the two eyebrows on your forehead. The energies of the planet brought in by this full moon have really heightened the energies within us. The gentle rays of the moon filled with the blessings of divine love are now entering our third eye. And this light is spreading in each one of us. Gentle, soothing, calming, be one with this light. And this grid of light is now connecting each one of us We are now part of this circle of light, which is transcending all time and space. Though we are set in different continents, we've become one in this beautiful garland of light. Experience this oneness. Experience this love. Experience this joy. We pray that everybody experiences good health, love, light, and joy. Samasta loka sukhino bhavantu. Samasta loka sukhino bhavantu. Samasta loka sukhino bhavantu. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So you can slowly open your eyes. So I thank all of you for being here, and much gratitude to the Divine Consciousness. And please feel free to share and And thank you for being here. And hope to see you again tomorrow.